What are you boycotting till the day you die?
Lifetime Fitness. It really pains me to write this, because I really love their gyms. I had a membership at Lifetime on and off through college. I went to a very large university with great amenities, so I didn't need the membership during the school year. I tried to cancel at the end of one summer. I was at the gym one day and I asked about cancellation. I was told to come back at a certain time frame the following Wednesday to cancel. I complied. When I showed up, the person doing the cancellations wasn't there. I was told to return the following Wednesday. Surprise, surprise, the person wasn't there again. I told them I was going to stop the payment through the credit card company. They responded by telling me that they'd take me to collections then. I ended up escalating through their corporate offices to get the membership canceled. They managed to get 2 extra months of fees out of me. After that year of college, I shifted over to LA Fitness, and maintained that membership for about 10 years. When I moved away from LA Fitness, I joined the YMCA, where I've been for the last 5 to 6 years. I will always have a gym membership, but I am committed to not joining a Lifetime Fitness again until I'm reimbursed. It's really a loss for both of us.
Facebook. It divides and dumbs down people, contrary to what it should do.
Chris Brown.
Sirius XM Radio. If you've ever dealt with the customer service when trying to cancel your subscription, you'll understand why.
State Farm. Thanks to some whistleblowers, they got busted committing fraud against their customers and the federal government after Hurricane Katrina. They told their claims adjusters to classify damage as flood damage, rather than wind damage, so that they could reject the claim and tell customers to file a federal flood insurance claim.
I was boycotting Blockbuster for charging me late fees because they lost the tape I returned in their evening return slot. Frick those guys, they ain't getting my business.
I have been boycotting Carnival Cruise Line ever since I found out they are dumping plastic into the Bahamas. They even admitted to it and received a $20 million fine.
I used to live in an apartment next door to a pizza place. Pizza was decent, so I went there at least once a week. There was a woman who worked there who usually wasn't the most friendly, but I never really had any issue. I wasn't the chatty type, but I was a regular, so I'm pretty sure all the employees recognized me. One time though, I walk in and it's her and another employee working there. The woman is in back, so I order my usual 2 slices with the other employee who puts them in the oven, and stand by the counter watching TV to wait. A minute later, the woman comes in on the phone and asks me, "Did you order?" And I said, "Yeah, I just got the 2 slices." For some reason she assumed the other employee hadn't done anything, so she puts 2 more slices in the oven. I wasn't really paying attention, so I didn't think anything of it. A minute later, the other employee walks back in, takes the 2 slices she put in for me and boxes them up. That's when the woman realizes what happened, I still didn't realize, and completely loses her crap at me. She starts screaming, "Why didn't you say your slices were already in? Now I just wasted these," and dramatically dumps them in the trash. "What's wrong with you?" The whole place just goes dead silent and everyone is staring at me. I'm just standing there bewildered and trying to make sense of what just happened, so I just blurt out, "Sorry," and walk out. As the shock wore off and I replayed the events in my head, realizing I didn't really do anything wrong, or at worst was just an honest misunderstanding, I got pretty upset that I got yelled at like a child, especially after being a regular for years. At that moment I decided I'm never stepping foot in that pizza place again. And I didn't. I lived next to it for another 3 years and not once went in or even ordered from it.
Walmart. I worked there and hate it with a passion.
Susan G. Komen Foundation. They employ alphabet soup and lawyers speak to defraud millions. Note: they do not fund research nor do they help patients. They are an advertising company. They advertise cancer awareness, because someone may be unaware of cancer. MAD. Same as Komen, they promote anti-drunk driving awareness.
Any company or brand that puts advertisements on boat billboards that trawl the beach and frick up my horizon line. That's not a fair spot to try to capture my attention.
Yelp. They are horrible to small businesses and require them to pay a fortune for ads to bury any negative reviews. If the business doesn't spend on ads, they bury the positive reviews. Yelp also seems to attract the worst critics.
Nestle.
Bank of America. Fricked me over for $10 back in 1993 on a mistake they made. Never getting my motherfricking business again. ETA. What a nice surprise to commiserate with you all on our shared vitriol for BOFA and their ilk. It was maddening to read some of your stories, and a few were just heartbreaking. I am uplifted by the stubborn streak running through this thread and appreciate the hilarious instances of malicious compliance. Many thanks for the awards, such a nice treat. Happy Friday to you all. Except you BOFA, you can eat a bag of syphilitic Ds.
Microtransactions in games that are only there to speed up a ridiculously slow progression model.
Harvey Norman. They have terrible customer service and they took a whole lot of Australian government money that they didn't deserve and are refusing to give it back.
Expedia and all the sites they own, control. Which is a lot of them. Expedia screwed me over in a bad way, and then their customer service people insulted me when I tried to call attention to the serious issues. Ultimately, they offered me a gift card as a take-it-or-leave-it solution to the entire issue. I left it, and went on a crusade to slam them on Twitter. I did it for a long time but got bored. The issue? Their website let someone use my email address to buy plane tickets. The person didn't need my PW, and I believe they just made a typo that resulted in him using my email address in a required field. When I got an email confirmation about my airline tickets, I called to say it was wrong. Expedia cancelled the tickets, and called it settled. When the actual customer arrived at the airport and their tickets were cancelled, they called Expedia. The representative from Expedia told them I cancelled their ticket, and then gave this angry person my full name and my cell phone hash so that he and I could sort it out between the two of us. The guy was pissed and made vague threats, so I contacted Expedia customer service to get this addressed. When I refused their offer of a $50 Expedia gift card, they told me I could suck a soft D or a throbbing hard cock, my choice. I declined to do either, and we parted ways forever. The end.
I used to try and boycott Amazon. Never ordered anything from them. Didn't go on sites like Goodreads or IMDb. Didn't shop at stores they had shares in. Then I discovered AWS. Tried to run a custom script that would block any site hosted on AWS, but that made using the internet nearly impossible. The final nail in the boycott coffin was when I needed to use it for a web development class. Now that Amazon has bought MGM, I'm not sure how anyone will ever be able to participate in society without filling Bezos' pockets.
Anything that even has a hint of MLM. Stop exploiting your personal relationships out of greed.
Pretty much anything in one of those unskippable YouTube ads.
After this week, frickin' Activision and/or Blizzard, however that crap is structured.
R. Kelly, kills me I can never hear Ignition remix ever again. Such a banger.
Autism speaks. Among other things, the way they treat autism like it's some kind of horrible personality disease is unforgivable.
I wish I could boycott. Avoid those stupid Huel adverts with that grinning idiot in the hat. HEEWW thanks HEWWWLLIve more Enri Erigi Thune me 20s, so whack.
Shaw Academy. Sleazy little fricks. Their lies in advertising, and nearly impossible to cancel a subscription with them. Tried doing a course that was a free 4-week course. The course was free for the first 4 weeks, but the way they sold it was that the course itself was 4 weeks and free. They say you can finish a course as fast or long as you want, but I think it caps out at 3 lessons a week, making you stay in the program for a few months, paying monthly. Trying to cancel is a nightmare. Sifting through pages and pages of, "Are you sure you want to cancel? Here's a 5% discount. Fill this form out. Now this one, and now this one." All to get to a phone number that is only valid to call for a couple hours a day. When you finally get to call, it's an automated message. 10 minutes of a robot telling me it cares about me and wants me to stay. Only to finally press 2 to cancel my subscription. Frick. Shaw Academy.
Nestle, pure evil company.
Comcast.
Caskets, headstones, and burial plots.
Johnson & Johnson. Their baby powder gave my sister stage 3 ovarian cancer at 29. She's on her 4th recurrence and just turned 32 and is about to enter hospice. Went from top of her career field in demand all over the country to living with our parents, and me to help care for her, and can't even walk up the stairs without help. Frick them.
K-Cups. I think the Keurig is a good product, but the disposable K-Cups are so wasteful. I have a Keurig, but I use a reusable pod that you can put ground coffee into.
PetSmart. My aunt works there and said she is surprised that every animal in there has not died yet.
Facebook.
Denny's. I got a side salad with my meal that had a huge sticker on a chunk of lettuce that I discovered when it was in my mouth. Spat it out and called the waitress over to show her and asked for the manager. The manager comes over to my table and says, "What's your problem?" I found this sticker in my salad and it hurt when I bit down on it." "That was in your mouth? Gross. What do you want me to do about it?" "I don't think I should pay for it at a minimum." She snatched the salad away from me and I never saw her again. The waitress brought my check and lo and behold there was a salad on it that I had only tried to eat one sticker cover bite. I protested and she said, "The manager thinks you put that sticker on it to get a free meal." Frick you Denny's.
The Oscars. Screw the Oscars. That Hollywood circle jerk has absolutely no business telling anyone what cinema is. 2017 Boss Baby got nominated for Best Animated Feature, but your name didn't. Excuse me, WTF? Then 30+ people die in an arson attack on an animation studio in Japan and not so much as a single word during the In Remembrance section. If that happened to Pixar, they would have given him a full-on 20-minute segment.
Nestle. I may inadvertently grab one of its products, but when I see the name, I always put it back.
Orange sticks. Around 10 years old, I ate the whole top layer, 14 sticks I think, and a little while later vomited 5 times in a row. I know it was my fault, but I can't look at them anymore without thinking about that.
The Kardashians, and everything associated with them.
Kat Von D makeup. Even now that she's supposedly not part of it anymore, I'm not risking it. Edit. To everyone asking why, there are comments that sum it up pretty well, but IMO, she's a trash human being, her husband is a trash human being, she's anti-vax, and yes I saw her apology, video and denial video, I'm not buying that either. Her makeup line was all I used for a very long time cause the quality was great, but after I found out how crap she actually was, I stopped using it.
FedEx, as much as I can help it. I obviously can't boycott them if it's the only delivery option on an e-commerce website, or if someone company happens to ship me something via FedEx. But I have literally chosen to pay more on an e-commerce website, to specifically not use FedEx as a shipping service. Reason. When I bought my Pixel 3, the first day it was supposed to arrive, I worked from home that day to sign for my package. They never arrived, and on the tracking, wrote that I wasn't home to receive the package. I was furious, so I spent the next 2 days working from home, and even did my work in the kitchen, so that I could physically see if any delivery driver actually walks up to my door. 3 straight fricking days in a row, not a single person comes up. Ring doorbell even doesn't show them walking up, but they have the mother fricking audacity to claim I wasn't home 3 straight days in a row. I ended up having to pick it up at their facility. Just because they lied 3 times in a row, even after a phone call each day the first 2 days. The customer service person even told me I probably missed them when I went to the restroom or something. Can't even own up to the fricking fact that everybody in their company are a bunch of fricking liars. So for that reason alone, I pay more for shipping as long as it's not FedEx. I've specifically driven a further distance to get something printed at Staples or Office Depot just so I don't step foot into a FedEx store. Boycotting FedEx until the day I die.
Multi-level marketing schemes. They're crap companies that attract crappy, and sometimes desperate people, and train them on how to profit off of their friends and families. They destroy lives and I refuse to support them.
AS Sports BC. They ruined my favorite video games genre.
PETA tells us how to take of our pets while abusing animals themselves.
TikTok. Never used it, never will. I remember when it was first introduced to the world with its horrendous clickbait, cringy advertising and marketing, really skin-crawlingly cringy, singing and dancing, videos from questionably aged girls. People swore it'd never catch on, but those same people are the short-term memory idiots fully buying into it now. But it goes deeper than that. I hate TikTok because of what it's done to the other media sites, particularly Instagram. It's created a culture of sensationalist, narcissistic, egotistical behavior, as that has become today's sell point. And as a result, Instagram for example have now tried to turn their own platform into TikTok v.2. I use Instagram for my mates, nothing more. I don't want freaking reels thrown in my face all day, celebs talking crap about products they never actually use, people making fake videos for views, clickbait thumbnails, sponsored ads at a ratio of 1 to 3 posts, and even a freaking shop. TLDR, TikTok and today's online culture in general is cancer.
StubHub. The way they handled the pandemic with changing their policies in peak pandemic so people could only recover credit or resell their tickets instead of receiving cash for canceled events was ridiculous. I was forced to hold my Coachella ticket for 2 years. Then they decided to refund everyone this year when they realized they would make more money since the ticket prices will surge when the event is back in 2023. Frick StubHub.
Influences.
YouTube Premium.
Twitter.
Hobby Lobby.
MLMs.
BP Gas, how they handled the Gulf oil spill and then acted like fricking children about violations made me so pissed. One guy literally told the judge that everyone does it, when asked why they didn't follow the guidelines.
Any company's advert that interrupts any YouTube video I am watching.
eBay. Escaped an abusive relationship, and was changing all my passwords to random combinations. Set it to log out all devices and force the password to be re-entered. It wasn't actually doing that. I tried from multiple devices so it wasn't a keylogger or anything my abusive ex was doing. I also confirmed if I logged in on other devices, reset password and clicked to log out all devices it was not logging other devices out. Abusive ex was bidding, winning auctions. I called eBay to report the issue. They said it isn't that my account has been hacked, fraud because I know who is doing it. They would do nothing, said I would just have to take the bad feedback and be blacklisted and that I should pick better partners. Didn't matter that they had a major security flaw. All I could do was remove the payment methods from my account so he couldn't pay for his auctions. I will never use them again.
Giving a crap about the royal family.
Nestle. Frick Nestle.
Chris Brown. Can't stand to listen to any song by him, or that he features in.
Drugs, at least the scary ones.
My brother has never been on an airplane, and claims he will never fly until the TSA is abolished.
Debates. 'Cause it's always about who's the idiot out of the two parties, and debates never focus on the solution of a problem or the answer. Plus it reduces a great question into a FKIN binary that nobody cares about at all.
Facebook, AIA Games and Nestle.
The Sun paper in the UK JFT 96.
Pet stores that sell exotic animals are animals they have no business selling.
Woody Allen, DJ Khaled.
Facebook and the Kardashians.
Hobby Lobby, Evil Gits.
My dreams apparently.
Nestle, frick them.
Sending money to a university I graduated from. This is effectively subsidizing corporations who will not pay their staff a living wage, e.g. Walmart, grocery store chains, etc., where students will often work to pay for their own tuition. I don't even make a living wage myself. Maybe they should teach people how to write resumes, concept job interviews, research companies, etc., instead of asking poor people to make donations to help out students. Don't ask the poor people. Ask the rich people.
Mumble rap culture.
This one restaurant in my city that people love. We looked on their website and multiple other sites to see if they were dog-friendly because we were driving by with the dog in the car and wanted to try it. Their site explicitly said yes to dog since they have an outdoor patio. Other sites said the same thing. We show up and see that the patio is completely fenced in with no entry from the outside, so I go inside to ask if it really is dog-friendly and would we be bringing the dog through the inside to get to the patio. Now, I wouldn't be boycotting this place if they had just said, "No, we're no longer dog-friendly, sorry about that." I'm boycotting this place because they said, "Oh no, you can't bring them inside, but you can tie them to the fence outside the patio on the sidewalk." What? So you advertise as dog-friendly but then tell your customers to tie the dogs up outside the property, on the public sidewalk, where the owner can't quickly get to them if something happens. Just say you aren't dog-friendly and it'd all be good. So that's my petty boycott that I still observe 6 years later.
Fake cheese. In the crackers. Velveeta. In a can. Gross.
Nestle.
Nike products. Nike literally has the worst employee pay and treatment than any other retail company out there. Not to mention their use of child labor, which I will agree with the fact that other companies use child labor as well, but Nike is on another level of corporate retail evil.
Nike. I'm sure there are other brands that use sweatshops, but man, if you're that big and still don't, they can frick right off.
Paying to play online on consoles. Yes, I know, just play on PC. That's not the point. No, you're not paying for exclusive, better servers, you're playing on the third-party servers of whatever company made the game, like Rockstar, Capcom, AIA, etc. Let's stop acting like these multi-billion console makers need every penny because they're close to go bankrupt. They get money from consoles, accessories, games, everything that's sold on their respective e-stores, advertising for visibility, etc. Their online infrastructure is not solely paid by the online subscription, it's basically free money thrown at them for very little. It's a scam and feels like a scam, and it surprises me how people just bend over and accept it. It's like that, so there's nothing to do. Not with that attitude. Then people wonder why gaming companies keep fricking them over.